Welcome to Barbara's Bulletin, the podcast where we bring you the latest news and updates from around the world. We have a lot of exciting stories to share with you, but first, let's dive into our top story. In a significant development in the Middle East, Hamas has announced that it will begin disarming as part of a U.S.-brokered ceasefire signed 9 months ago to end the nearly 3-year-long conflict in Gaza. The agreement marks a potential breakthrough in ending the conflict, but many hurdles, conditions, and long timelines remain. According to reports, Hamas has agreed to surrender its weapons and destroy its vast network of tunnels. The deal also envisions Israeli forces withdrawing from Gaza, the arrival of a new technocratic Palestinian government, deployment of an international security force, and the rebuilding of the battered Palestinian enclave. However, Israel has expressed concerns about the agreement, with officials saying that Hamas is rearming and rebuilding its military capabilities. The Israeli government has stated that it will not pull back significant forces or make other concessions ahead of its October elections. The U.S.-led Board of Peace, which includes former British Prime Minister Tony Blair, has been involved in negotiations to implement the ceasefire and hostage release agreement signed last October. Despite these efforts, Israel has continued striking Gaza, saying it's targeting Hamas and its infrastructure. Local Gaza hospitals have reported that at least 17 people were killed in the latest Israeli strikes, including children. The Israeli military said the strikes had targeted militant operatives. As we continue to follow this developing story, it's essential to consider the complexities and challenges involved in finding a lasting resolution to the conflict. We'll be keeping a close eye on the situation and bringing you updates as more information becomes available. We'll be right back with more of today's top news on Barbara's Bulletin. Welcome back to Barbara's Bulletin. We are continuing our coverage of the ongoing conflict between Russia and Ukraine. Reports are emerging of multiple attacks in southern Russia and annexed Crimea, resulting in significant loss of life. According to local authorities, at least 11 people have been killed, with many more injured. The attacks, which are believed to have been carried out by Ukrainian forces, have targeted various locations, including the resort town of Archipo-Osipovka on the Black Sea coast. Falling drone debris is reported to have killed 7 people, including 3 children, in this particular incident. A video shared on social media appears to show the moment the drone crashed on a crowded beach, with gunfire heard in the background, likely from Russian air defense. In addition to these attacks, online retailer Wildberries has confirmed that its warehouse in central Russia was also struck by Ukrainian drones. Meanwhile, rail service has been suspended in parts of Crimea following a deadly drone attack on a train traveling from Moscow to Simferopol. It's essential to note that the situation is complex and multifaceted, with both sides suffering losses. We will continue to monitor the developments and provide updates as more information becomes available. As we take a closer look at the global response to these events, it's clear that the international community is calling for restraint and diplomacy to resolve the conflict. The humanitarian impact of the ongoing violence cannot be overstated, with civilians bearing the brunt of the suffering. We will keep following this story and provide you with balanced and unbiased reporting. Welcome back to Barbara's Bulletin. As we wrap up today's show, we're turning our attention to the latest developments in Washington, where the Senate is working to pass a stopgap funding measure to avoid a government shutdown. The measure, which has been touted as a much-improved CR by Senator Patty Murray of Washington, includes important extensions and language that House Republicans' version did not. According to reports, the Senate's continuing resolution makes funding adjustments, known as anomalies, to nutrition, national security, and disaster relief programs. Democrats have been seeking several provisions in the stopgap measure, including a provision to prevent the administration from transferring funding provided for other programs to Border Patrol. While Democrats were unable to secure some additional provisions, they did celebrate language that temporarily prevents political appointees in the administration from implementing a proposed grants rule. which they warn would allow the administration to cancel grants and take even more federal funding hostage. The Senate is aiming to approve the measure before leaving town for its August recess later this week. However, it's unclear how the House will proceed when it returns on August 31st. The Senate's measure could see support from Democrats, giving House Speaker Mike Johnson a bipartisan coalition to secure its passage. In related news, Senate Republicans are reportedly seeing President Trump as a growing political liability ahead of the 2026 midterm elections. Citing the president's repeated attacks on their ability to govern and his refusal to abandon a proposed $1.8 billion anti-weaponization fund for MAGA allies, some Republicans believe that Trump's actions could hurt their chances of maintaining control of the Senate. As we consider these developments, it's essential to remember the importance of bipartisan cooperation in avoiding a government shutdown. With limited time and widespread concern about the cost of another shutdown ahead of the midterms, lawmakers may be less inclined to oppose a deal. That's all for today's Barbarous Bulletin. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and until next time, stay engaged.